Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Crafting, and today what I'm going to have a go at is the Japanese art of kintsugi. Now, I do apologise to any Japanese people if I've pronounced that wrong. I'm really sorry. And what that is you repair some broken porcelain, and then what you do is you have all the repairs really nicely kind of highlighted in gold. And so that's what I'm going to have a go at today. So I got this off a car boot sale or a yard sale, whatever you want to call it, recently. Cost me next to nothing, and so I thought this would be ideal to have a go at. Now I'm doing it so it only shows on the outside of this, because actually it would look really nice if you could see the inside and the outside, but that isn't what this is. So I need to break this. Now I want to break this so that it's not going to cause me any problems. So all I'm going to do is pop over a little towel and hit it with a hammer, and that has broken into some really nice, very nice shards. And now what I have to do is I have to glue this together again, so that, oh look at that, there's a fault in the when they made it. So what I need to do now is I need to glue this together, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to glue it together, and I'm not using all the correct materials. I just want to get the effect of what it would look like if I was using all the correct materials. So I'm going to glue it together using some all-purpose clear glue, and I will link everything that I've used today in the description below, don't worry, so you'll be able to get it. And I now have links for America, the UK, Canada and Australia, which is great news. This isn't the proper glue that they would use, but I think it will work well enough for what I want to do and to have a little bit of practice at doing it. And all I need to do now is work out which bits go where. So this bit's going to be fairly easily sorted out, because that bit has to go there like that, and it fits in nice and neatly. So I'm just popping the glue on here all the way around. And then I'm going to pop that on there until it kind of clicks into place from where it was. So I'm going to use these pieces of tape to hold that into place while that dries. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting all this together and sorting this out in exactly the same method, and then I'll come back when that is all glued together. I've finished gluing this all up now, and as you can see, the cracks have gone in quite nicely. I'm not sure how well that camera's picking it up. And I've purposely left this little bit out because I'm going to fill this, and I want it to look like everything is kind of emanating from that one crack. I leave this to dry up. I'm not going to get this today, but this is fairly quick drying glue. But I will leave this now to dry up overnight, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. The glue's all set on this now, so all I should need to do is take off the tape. And because this has got quite a nice glazed finish to it, any of the glue that is stuck on or come out of the joints will just rub off. It will just come off the glaze really easily. In fact, so for instance, there's a piece there, if I go over it with that tape, it will just pull it off. And if it don't come off, I could just scrape it off with my fingers, because obviously I don't want the glue anywhere that it shouldn't be. So what I'm going to be using to fill this gap and any of the bits that also need filling is this epoxy sculpt. Now, this is great stuff. It dries really hard, and it is great. It becomes waterproof, and it's ideal for what I'm using it for. I will link this in the description below, so don't worry. And you just take equal parts of the two, and then you mush it around until it's completely blended in. And it doesn't take a lot of work or a lot of effort to get it completely blended in. And it tends to get, when you're moulding it, it's a bit like anything. It gets a little bit warmer as you're blending it in. And you can use a little bit of water on this as well to smooth it over if you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push a little bit into this and work it at the sides like this so it stays in and I don't push it all the way through, because that is something that I can easily do. And I don't mind if this is a little bit proud, because again that will just add to the look of it. Clean it up a bit with my knife. And I only blend in what I'm going to need for a little while, because it's so quick to do that you don't need to blend in a lot, and then it's not going off on you if you have to go and answer the phone or dog decides that it wants to bark. So I'm going to now go round all of my cracks to ensure that I've got some nice smooth bits in there and they are covered up. Now, you can sand this down if you want to. You could use a normal little file or an emery board, a nail file or something. Or like, I'm going to go over it with a bit of kitchen paper to get any excess off that I don't want on there. I'm going to go around all my cracks like this, and I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like once all the cracks are filled in. Well, that's all the cracks now filled in. And you can start to see what it's going to look like once it's got the gold on. So I'm going to leave this now to cure up for the next few hours, and then I will come back to it and show you what I'm going to do. This is all nicely dry now and ready to have the glue put on, and what I'm going to be using is a 5-minute epoxy. Now, as it says, it does dry up really quickly, so you've got to work quite quickly, and I will have to mix up a few bits to give it the effect that I want, because if not it will actually dry up. Now, what I'm going to be using is equal amounts of each one of these, and then I'm going to add some gold mica powder into it to ensure that it's got that nice gold look to it. Now, whenever you're using an epoxy, always make sure that you're working in a well ventilated area and that you've got a mask on. And I've also got running in the background of this a extractor fan that I think you can probably hear. I do like to try and leave those sound effects on. So I'm just putting a little bit of this here and a little bit of this here, trying to get equal amounts, and then I'm going to stir them in together. Now, I am using this little stick here, and this is a lollipop stick that I've cut down to the size that I want to be able to help me to put it on. Be enough. And then I'm also going to try and mix in the same amount of mica powder into the glue each time I do it. So you've got an even colour, but can you see how nice and gold that has gone now? Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this on there, and because it's a epoxy resin, a 5-minute epoxy, what it will do is it will find its own level while it's still in this liquidy state. So I'm quite happy with that. And any bits that I'm not happy with, I can move off, and I'm just going to run this across each one of these. It doesn't help having a tremor, but there we go. Try and get that as neat as possible onto there. And I know where all the cracks are because I can see them from where I've filled them. You just move it around so it's comfortable in your hand, keeping the epoxy resin away from your skin, because you don't want this on your skin. Now, you could wear gloves for this, and I would certainly recommend anyone using epoxy resin and casting with it and doing anything like that to wear gloves. I always wear gloves and a respirator whenever I'm using resin. I'm not today because I need to try and get the neatest lines I can possibly get with it as I'm going along, and I can't do that with a pair of gloves on, but I am making sure that I keep it very well away from my skin all the time that I'm using it. and that's why I'm using this stick. See that this is now starting, because it's the 5-minute epoxy, it's now starting to firm up, and that's why I only mixed up a little bit at a time to allow me to keep mixing up the quantities that I need. Going on with a very light touch as well. Well, I've scraped off the 5-minute epoxy before it really set hard, because I just did not like how it was coming out, and I don't think it was anything to do with the technique. I think it was more to do with the fact that my tremor, I just couldn't get it nicely put on. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to see if I can do it using gold leaf glue, because I can actually do much neater lines for some reason with paint normally, although today is not a great big day to be doing this, I don't think, for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go round the whole thing with this gold leaf glue, let it dry up as it should. So now this glue is dry, I'm just laying on my gold leaf and putting it over the top of wherever there is any glue. And the gold leaf will only stick to where the glue is, because that's what it's designed for. I'm going to go round and brush off much of this as I possibly can onto the glue. And then neaten up all the bits as well. And gold leaf glue is brilliant, and I wouldn't suggest that you use anything else other than gold leaf glue, because it really is designed to do what you want it to do, and having the right glue makes a real big difference. I will link the glue in the description below along with this gold leaf, and it's not expensive at all. You get a lot for your money and it will go a nice long way. And as you can see, that is polishing up really, really pretty. There. I'll finish this off and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like all done. There we go, that's all now finished and all the gold leaf is on there, and I think that's come out really, really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around it with some acrylic varnish now, like this, just to finish it off. And this is a gloss varnish, so it will give it a nice clear gloss shine, and also it will protect all this gold leaf. Well, this is all finished now and I'm really pleased with how it's come out. For my first attempt at doing this, I just think it absolutely looks beautifully repaired, and that's what the word means, beautifully repaired. I'm really pleased with it. Let me know what you think of it in the comments, or if you're going to have a go next time you break something. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and boop that like button. It really does help my videos get out there, and I am trying to grow this channel. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee just to say thank you for any of my videos and help buy my materials and everything like that, then the link for that, along with the link for everything that I've used today for the USA, the UK, Canada and Australia, can be found in the description below. Take care, enjoy your crafting, bye.